Hello everyone, Flying Dutch here, welcome back to Victoria 3 Sphere of Influence. We are on patch 1.7.1, it's a new release. And we are going to play as the Ottomans today, which is a very challenging run. And I did some test runs and I failed 3 out of 4 times, because the game lets you do a couple of things that are almost impossible, but we will talk about that later. Before we jump in, make sure to like, subscribe and say something in the comment section. That really helps. I read all the comments. If you have any question about the game or something else, tell me what you think about the game. It really helps by interaction with the video, and that gives me more views, so yeah, thank you in advance. So, we are going to play as the Ottomans, like I said in my last campaign as Super Germany, which was a bit of a meh campaign in my opinion. But we are going to now play as the Ottomans here, and this is going to be a lot more interesting, because we now have power blocks. And there are some achievements that I can get. So let's jump into the game as the Ottomans and let's see what we are going to do. Now, we will not play on Iron Man, we will play on achievements available. You don't need that in this game. And everything is still standard. And let's go into the game here. The Ottoman Empire is on decline for a very long time. And that starts with this event here, the Sick Man of Europe. The Ottoman Empire is in a period of steady decline. If we do not reassert Ottoman sovereignty and reclaim our place among the powers of the world, there is a catastrophe. Now you can see and read this if you want. Great reform is needed. We get 6 Tanzimats as the Ottomans, and we need to complete 4 of them within 20 years. And if we don't do that, we will keep these penalties permanently. If we keep these things permanently, the game is over and I will have to try again, because I don't want to play with these penalties. So we have a prestige penalty. We have 25% less bureaucracy. We have 25% less taxation capacity in our states. And we have a tax for the religious people. We have a religious tax apparently. The Sizye tax, I don't know how to pronounce that. And we have less conscriptable battalions. Okay. And we are going to pin these things over here. These are the 6 things you can do. There will actually be a 7th one if you go and conquer your lost territories against Egypt. But let's put them in the list. And let's take a look at our situation. So we do have claims on all of this over here. You can see all the way to Palestina. And we do have a couple of vassals. We have Serbia, Wallachia, Moldavia, Tripolitania and Tunis. These are my 5 vassals, I think, at the start of the game. And yeah, let's just go over all the tabs and prepare for the start of this run. And then we will keep talking about the journal entries when we do this. So let's first go and take a look at our situation. We are very not literate, 12.9%, which is horrible. We have a 7.6 standard of living, which is also horrible. But it's still above what they expect, so we will not get a lot of radicals because they don't have the 5.2. And we have 19.6 population, which is a lot. But when we go over here, we can see that we are a sultanate, right? So that means that our king is the only one in power and we have no voting rights. But our king is actually not bad, because he is part of the intelligentsia. And as long as we are a sultanate, if we keep the intelligentsia in the government, we will get a lot of clout from it. And we need the intelligentsia to reform our country. So that is going to be very helpful. We also have an heir. I think he is, yes, 12 years old. So, but he's also part of the intelligentsia. And that is Abdülmecit Osmanoglu. And you are Mahmud Osmanoglu. Okay. At the moment we have the local governors and the intelligentsia in our government. If I put them out, we have a 65% government with only the intelligentsia. But I will keep them in, because we are going to do something soon. Maybe you already know why I keep them in. Law changes, we will not do anything at the start of the game. And we have no institutions. We can also not afford anything, because it costs a lot of bureaucracy. Okay. Then we go to the budget screen. I will tax the people a little bit more, I think. We will lose some legitimacy. But at the start of the game, as the Ottomans, you need everything you can. We have a lot of income taxes and poll taxes from our peasants. That is actually our major income. So the people that are poor are also giving us more money. which is horrible. And we're gonna get some consumption taxes over here. Let's take a look at what is the best thing to get. So we are getting a lot of tobacco consumption in the Ottoman Empire. So we're gonna put that one on. I think service is also a thing we are gonna get. We will get more services later in the game, because one of our things that we need to do is urbanize the Ottoman Empire. And when we get an urban center, we will get more services. So we're going to use more, and then we get more consumption tax from it. So that's why I'm putting it in. Let's see. I think wine is a good one with 1.6. I don't think we're going to do grain, clothes, furniture, wood, fish, transportation. These things are not very worth it in my opinion. We're going to go with wine, luxury clothes, and luxury furniture. There we go. We could put a tea on. It's only 1,000. I think we're going to keep that one out. We already pay our government and our military not that much money. And you can see here that we lose a lot of taxes because we don't have the taxation capacity thanks to our Sick Man of Europe penalties. Then we go to our buildings. Now I need to do something to get a certain people join this country. And for that we need to make sure that our grain price is going over 25%. So the people that know this game, I already know what I'm gonna do here. We are gonna go and do this, even if it's not profitable. And we are going to put export, encourage export on our grain. And we are gonna do and export all our grain where we can. But Dutchie, that's costing so much bureaucracy. Yeah, it's only temporary. Because now the price is over 25%. And that can trigger the corn laws. And when we have the corn laws, as you can see, it's now going to be activated. We can get a market liberal on the local governors. And when we have a local governor on the 52% clout, we can quickly change a couple of things in our country. As you can see, we have 100% extra clout for the local governors because we have serfdom and we have slave trade. We need to get rid of those. And we can get rid of serfdom almost instantly when we get the market liberal. So we're going to wait for that one to appear. Okay, that is a thing. We can take a look at the power block here. So we are now a sovereign empire power block. And that means that we can subjugate any power block member. So if people join our power block, we can subjugate them for free. Now the things here are still the same, I think. Yeah. And we get minus 0.5 weekly liberty desire for all subjects. And we can do exportation of members and we can do vassalization, I guess. We have vassalization, which gives us authority per subject. And the further we go, we get more income and we can do degrees on subject states. If we do exploitation, what can we do then? We can get even more authority and influence. And plus 0.05 income transfer to the block leader. What does that even mean? 5%? I guess so. So I think I'm fine with the vassalization, so they won't get that cranky. Yeah. We have vassalization and we have external trade. So we can trade with our members cheaper. And they are more competitive. Which is weird, because I think they are also all in on my market. Yeah. They are. All these countries are in my market, so I'm not sure why we have that thing there. But we'll find out later. So we have 7 members. We have Tunis, Serbia, Wallachia, Moldavia. But we also have Jabal Shamar over here. And are you in my market? No, they are not in my market. Wait a minute, you are not my subject. Start up the game. Really? I guess that is one of our vassals. That is not my... one of my power block members. That is not my vassal. these 3, these 2, me, which is also a member, yeah, and Jabal Shamar. So when we go to our subjects over here, we can see that we have a couple of different subjects table. This is a new screen, by the way. And here you can see all the different types of vassals you can have. Recognized have 3 tiers. We have Protectorate, a Dominion, and a Puppet. Puppet is the most strict one. You get the most out of it. And for unrecognized, you have a Tributary and a Vassal. So we want everyone to be Puppet and Vassals at the end. And let's see what they are. So Moldavia, this guy here, is a protectorate. And Serbia as well. Tripolitania, which is Libya, is already a puppet, so they are almost integrated. Tunis is a protectorate, Wallachia is a protectorate. And I guess that Jabal Shamar is not in this list. Now we can go to our power block screen here, and then I think we have a couple of actions we can do. Oh, we can convert all of Tunis to Sunni. Serbia, what can we do here? We can grant their own market. The Ottomans are not possible. But if we go to Jabal Shamar, we can click the subjugate button, and we can make this country my vassal. A protectorate. We will lose a bit of cohesion, but let's go for it. So, they are now my vassal. And does that mean that they are now in my market? Yes, because they are my vassal. So there we go. Ooh, does the corn law still trigger now? Maybe it won't, because we are at 25 and not 26. Uh-oh. Maybe it will. I hope it will, because otherwise we have to do something about it. So that is how this power blocks thing works. We can get more cohesion, then we get more mandate, and then we can hopefully, this way, get all of Arabia, and maybe some more in Persia, into our power block, and then subjugate it that way. That is my plan. Now the higher cohesion, the better. But we can't really focus on it yet, because we need to make sure that the great powers are gonna like us, because we will go to war with Egypt when we can. We have a truce until the 1st of January 1840, so we want to be ready to attack Egypt. Now we do have a rivalry with Russia. I'm gonna keep that one because it gives us a nice amount of diplo power, and Russia is not that strong. We are also very not strong, but let's see if we can deal with that. And we're gonna use our influence points on improving relations with Great Britain, with France, and maybe with... Can we do Austria? No, we don't have enough points yet. But maybe we will get that later. So yeah. These things are going. We are trying to get the thing. Now, what we need to do now is make sure that we spend the least amount of money possible on all our stuff that we need. We are giving a lot of subsidies to our trade centers, but that will go away when we stop doing the grain stuff. Our army is so big that we have to pay so much money to the army, and we are going to put that one a little bit lower. One of our Tanzimats is army modernization, and for this one we need 150 battalions. At the moment, and we can do this very easily, we're just gonna remove all the armies and put them into one. Then we know exactly how much troops we have. We have 162, so we're gonna get rid of 12. We're gonna do that right now. When we take a look at our army, we see that we have all kinds of units. We have irregulars, and we have line infantry. We have hussars, and cannon artillery. Now the hussars are the super bad horses, and we already have access to the cuirassiers. They are way better, as you can see. This is giving 15 and 10 offense and defense. This one gives 25 and 20. But we need small arms input, and we don't want to use that right now. So for now we are not going to upgrade our units, because we need the money to start industrializing and get something going. And the same counts for our irregular infantry. We have 80 that we can upgrade from an irregular, which is only 10 and 10, to a line infantry, which is 20 and 25. But we need small arms input, so we are not going to upgrade our troops, but I will get rid of 12 irregulars, because they are very bad, so... Let's get rid of 12, and you can see our money going up when I do this. There we go. So we need 150, and we are going to modernize this army. We need to get rid of the irregulars. We need to go and change this thing here to general training. And that is enough. Then we have completed 1 Tanzimat. Okay, that is also done. One more important thing. Our construction sectors are going to iron frame buildings. And we're going to take a look where we are going to build more of this. We have the Hagia Sophia, which is giving us a bonus, right? It gives us prestige, and the Sunni are a bit more attractive. And we get more clergymen. Not that great for us, I guess. You are at the filing cabinets. Our ports, and that is something that people really don't understand. What you really want to do with your ports is don't put on the cargo port if you don't have to. The cargo port is so expensive. Compared to the anchorage. Now I will keep them on my capital, so we have a little bit of convoys, but all the other ones are going back to an anchorage, and you will see what happens to our money. It's going up like crazy, so that is a tip for you guys. Don't put all these cargo ports on. They are way too expensive. As you can see, we just gained 6,000. But this is something that you really need to do. Okay, we are ready to do the corn laws. Let's see if we can get it. Now for technology, we have to take a look at our Tanzimats again. So one is to reclaim Syria, right? We need to reconquer these 6 states. The Levant, I would say. And then we will get more claims on Egypt as well. We are gonna do this. It will be a bit more of a war campaign. Now urbanization is something we are gonna go for, because it's one of the easier ones. All our states need an urban center. And you get an urban center when you have 100 urbanization. Kastamonu is having 46. These things give most of the time 20. Resource buildings give 5. And then we need to go to 100 in all the states. And then we will get an urban center which gives services, which gives us more taxation, because we have a consumption law on services. And we need to do this in all the states. So that is going to be what we're going to focus on. Now this one you should never do. The education reform Tanzimat is impossible. You cannot do this one. People think that you only need to get to 20 literacy and have 5 universities, but that is not the thing. You need to increase the literacy rate of your people by 20%. We need to go to 32.9% in 20 years. I have tried this in the test run and it is impossible. Never do this one. It's broken. Paradox need to fix this one. They need to or remove this 20% or make this maybe a little bit higher. Then it's possible. So we're going to put this one away. We are not going to do that one. So we have the Reclaim Syria one we are going to do. We're going to urbanize. Then we have Suppress Separatism. This one goes automatically, as long as you don't get a secession movement. In all of my test runs I never had a secession movement, so hopefully we can complete this one. And we will do the army modernization. So we will do these 4. We will reclaim Syria, urbanization, don't get a secession hopefully, and reform our army. If we will get a secession, we have to do this one, the bureaucratic reform. And for this one we need to get rid of a couple of laws that are now controlled by the landowners. We could maybe do this if they are later in the game not very powerful. So that is what we are going to do. Let's see, what else did I want to do? Oh yeah, we have a lot of authority. I will start supporting the intelligentsia. And I will start suppressing the church a bit here. We will not suppress the local governors, because we will get a market liberal. We're going to make use of that one first. Now, as you can see, our technology is very backwards. We have a couple of tier 1s that we don't have, including for our army. We could get even better cavalry. And since we are going to war with Egypt in 4 years, I think it is very helpful for us if we have the better cavalry at that point. I think we're gonna focus on that. Let's start with Napoleonic warfare. What we also really want to get actually is the stock exchange. Because the market access price impact, the MAPI, is really bad at the moment. And that is because we are having traditionalism. Traditionalism gives minus 15% market access price impact. Less taxation capacity, etc. And yeah, people don't want to contribute to the investment pool. We really want to get rid of this one and go to interventionism. And luckily we can do this when we get the market liberal. And the same accounts for the serfdom, which gives the landowners 50% more power. The peasants are just serfs, slaves I would say. But when we get the market liberal, they would love to go to or tenant farms or homesteading. And we will go to homesteading because that will remove the power to the local governors. And we can get free peasants everywhere. So that is what we're going to try to do. Now let's unpause the game soon. First we need to put something in the construction. Now we will build a couple more construction sectors. We do have 2 over here in Eastern Thrace. Therefore we need tools, cloth, wood and iron. And we need a lot of iron I think for the construction sectors. Does it tell you somewhere how much they need? Yeah, we need mostly iron. So we should build a couple of these where we have iron mines. We don't even have iron mines in our capital, so it's going to be very expensive. But if we take a look at our iron mines, we see that we have 4 in Bosnia. Bosnia is by far our best province at the start of the game. They also have tooling workshops already ready to use. So we are going to build at least 4 levels of construction sectors over here. There we go. It's gonna use a lot of our resources, but I think we need to start building. And I think then we are ready. Let's see what happens if we get the core lance. Yeah, there we go. It's now activated. We have the corn laws now. So we can now go back to normal, no priority, and we can cancel all the trade routes, all the grain ones. There we go. We have a couple of trade routes. We are exporting artillery at the moment because we don't use it that much. We are importing dyes and we are exporting groceries apparently. As long as it's profitable, I think it's fine. One thing we need to do is actually look at our buildings and see which production methods they have. We can go to pot stills, but we don't need the liquor right now. So I'm not going to do that one. Now our textile mills, we have a lot of silk in our country. Eastern Thrace is having some silk. So we really want to make luxury clothes in our country. It's super cheap. Maybe we can actually export it. Take a look actually. Can we export our luxury clothes? Is anyone interested? No, not really. Maybe later in the game. But yeah, where we have silk, we really want to make this. So in Albania, do we have production of silk here? No. So I will go back to luxury clothing for now. Maybe they can make silk later on. Do you have any silk production? No. So you go back to normal clothing. Thessaly, do you have any silk? Well, it's really hard to know if we get it that way. In Western Thrace, do we have any silk production? No. So make normal clothes, please. I know that Baghdad is having silk, but they don't have it built at the moment. So as long as they don't have any silk plantations, I think we are gonna go and make normal clothing, since the clothes are already very expensive, and the luxury clothes are not. So I'm gonna do it this way. Furniture. We are making luxury furniture. We only have one. No, we have more. We have 7 furniture buildings. And they are making a lot of luxury furniture, which is super cheap. We should only do this where we have hardwood. So in Northern Thrace, are we having hardwood? Yes, so we are going to keep that over there. The next one. Bulgaria, do you have hardwood? Yeah, so you can keep making that as well. Ajin, do you have hardwood? No, so I think you're gonna go and make normal furniture. And that's it. Now the glassworks, they are gonna make ceramics. I think that is fine. Yes, it's very cheap, but I guess people are gonna buy it very quickly then. Tooling workshop. We have 2 tooling workshops only in Bosnia on iron tools. We have 5 paper mills in Huda Vendigar. Our shipyards are doing their thing. We have 2 armed forces, 1 artillery foundry. And then we go to our farms. We will go back to maintain single crop since we have a very high grain price. We want to make sure that we are only making a lot of grain. We could go to butchering tools, but we don't have the spare tools. So we are not going to do that. We need the tools for construction. We could go to market squares. It will increase the average productivity. And we make more services this way. And our glass price is actually very low. So we will go to market squares. And that's going to be it. We are making a lot of wood. We could go to fishing trawlers, but we don't have enough clippers. So we're not going to do that one. And yeah, these are our subsistence farms. They are now doing serfdom, which gives us more grain. So our grain price will go up when we go to homesteading. And I think that is it. We can build universities. We have no universities at the start of the game. We can build these things still. We can make opium. It's going to be very profitable, I think. And we could start making some steel. Okay. I think we have done everything for the start here. So let's unpause. Okay, we now have 300 influence. That is exactly enough to increase relations with Austria. And there's something I'm going to do here as well with our interests. I will go and put an interest over there. And in the countries I want to talk to. Because we can rival countries that are a great power. And countries that are my tier, so a major power. I'm gonna rival the United States. The United States is not interested in what's going to happen here, and it gives us a huge amount of influence that we can use to increase our vassals' opinion. Let's wait until it's getting activated. I will go to speed 5, I think. This is an event from the corn laws. This is not the one I want. I should just do minimum wages. There we go. All the interests are now getting activated. And that means that I can now declare a rivalry on the great power of America. This gives me 482 influence. So Russia and America are my rivals. And I will try to become friends with Great Britain, France, Prussia and Austria. Because they are the great powers that I care about the most. I think that are the only ones here. Great Britain, France, Russia, Austria, and then Russia and the United States are my enemies. Now we have some points left, so let's take a look at our power block. We get -8 from power block member with the lowest relations, which is Moldavia. They don't like me. So what we should do is go to Moldavia and improve relations. There we go. That is all done. So we can only get rid of corn laws if we get free trade at some point. But that's fine. And they also rival me. And what we are going to do now is... Oh yeah, we are going to use our authority to use the road maintenance wherever we are building. So it goes a little bit quicker. So we are going to build these construction sectors. As you can see, we are still making money. Because of the microing that we did with our army, with the ports. If you lose a little bit of money, it's also fine. Whispers of Insurrection. Orthodox become more radical. Or we get infamy. They're just rumors. It's fine. So the plan is to get our army ready for the first war in 1840 and urbanize. That's the only thing we need to do, really. Okay, we have built our construction sectors. Let's see what we are gonna do next. We have a couple of things here. We have an unacceptable government, yes. But that will become better soon. When we have the market liberal, I think. We have some minimum expected standard of living. Okay, we have low artillery. So how bad is the mappy? I will show it to you guys. So in Bosnia we have an artillery foundry, right? The price in Bosnia is only 15% higher locally. But in our market it's 75%. And that is because of our mappy. Can we also take a different example? No, not really. But if you go to information and we go over here, we have a 60% mappy. And we can go to 85 very quickly by getting rid of traditionalism and get the stock exchange. And that will solve a lot of problems because the prices are so different in states where we make something compared to the market. That will give us these pop-ups over here, which is pretty annoying. Yeah, we don't use any artillery ourselves, so it's not a big deal. We know the standard of living, but we can't do anything about it at the moment. Yes, the military goods are expensive, and we have low maximum formation in our fleet, because we have one extra capital ship compared to the light ships. Now, to get rid of this message, you need to build one extra light ship. So let's do that. You can't have more than 50%. Now, since we have a shortage, I think the buildings that are making artillery are now starting to make it. We are only having it in Bosnia. So the only building that is making artillery is this one. But you can see a lot more people can work here. But they don't want to work here because the price is not high enough in Bosnia. And that is why we need the mappy to be better. Because then this will be in more demand in this state. And there we go. This is the thing I want. The modern conservative. This will give us our market liberal that we can put on the throne, or on the throne, on the, as the leader of the landowners, the local governors. There we go. It will be an agitator. He's going to be a market liberal. He likes interventionism and laissez-faire. He likes child labor. Yikes. He likes free trade. He doesn't like labor rights, and he wants to be commercialized agriculture or tenant farmers and homesteading. We like you. How old are you? 39? You will become the leader of the local governors. And that means that we can now immediately... Oh wait, we need to unpass first. We can immediately get rid of serfdom, which gives the landowners 50% extra power. With 69% we can go to homesteading. We can also go do tenant farming. But that still makes the local governors strong. Oh, but they will be free. They are not tied to the land, but may seek employment if they can find it. But we are going to homesteading, which will completely get rid of the extra bonus. It will make the farmers more powerful. We will get free peasants. When enacted, the petite bourgeoisie will attract middle-starter props employed in rural buildings. Farmers lay claim to plots of land which they work alongside with their hired laborers, so they will not be slaves anymore. So we're gonna go with this one. I would love to go commercialized, but we need mutual funds here. So maybe later in the game. But for now we go to homesteading with 69.9%. Everyone likes this now. There's no one that is not liking this. Thanks to the market liberal. Okay, we're not constructing anything. Let's see what we are going to do next. We have to start working on urbanization. But what are we gonna build? There are a couple of things that we should maybe get by the market price. So we still need more tools, of course. We could do something with tools. But let's take a look at the army as well. if I want to upgrade all my infantry to line infantry, we need to upgrade 68 irregular infantries, right? Yeah. So we need 68 more small arms. And if I want to upgrade my cavalry, which are now hussars, this one, which costs 1 grain, we will get lancers soon when we complete our technology. So we go from 15 and 10 to 30 and 20. We need iron, grain, and small arms. So we go from 0 small arms to 2. So we are gonna get 50 more small arms from the hussars, plus 68. So we need 118 more small arms to sustain this. And 1 small arms industry is only making 30. So we need way more. Now we could do this in Bosnia, but we could also spread it out a bit. Because Bosnia is already having an urban center. So we should do it somewhere else. And we should do this where we have hardwood and iron. I already know that we have no iron in anywhere else. But it's not true. In Skopje we have some iron. We have 2 iron mines over here. It's very cheap. So I think in Skopje we're gonna build a logging camp. That is going to make hardwood. I guess 10. And the 10 hardwood is then used in the arms industries. Yeah, you need 10. And then we have a little bit more here. Then we go to 59, 64, 84. We are now at 84 urbanization. So we need 16 more. We will have everything for you. I guess we're gonna get a tooling workshop here. Yeah, and then we use the wood that we get. Because we need 30 wood and 20 iron here. And we will have that. So there we go. I think that we are going to... what is it? Yeah, we have enough. This will give us 100 urbanization and we will get an urban center in Skopje. So let's focus on that first. And let's use our road maintenance in Skopje. There we go. And that is how we're gonna plan everything. And you have to, because you're very poor. I do think though that we can get a little bit more construction. Let's get 2 more. But where? Maybe in Skopje, because we do have iron mines here and we are making a tooling workshop. But it will make the armed forces building more expensive. Yeah, it does. Does this also give urbanization? I think it does. Let's build 1 construction sector here. We should build the construction sectors where we have iron. And nowhere else. Now we don't even have iron over here. While we are having construction sectors, which is not a good idea. Because that makes it so expensive. We need tools and we need iron here. I'm actually going to get that right now. We are going to get a tooling workshop. And I guess 2 iron mines. We only have this production method here, which is not very helpful. Now this will not be helpful for our urbanization quest, but we need to make sure that our construction costs are going down by having the inputs for the construction sector. I think it's very important. Let's focus on that. Okay, I can see the tools. They are super expensive here. Let's make that one first, actually. Yeah, we need more construction sectors. How is Bosnia looking with the 4? Still, iron is way too expensive. Oh, we have a duel. We can let them fight and one of them will die. Which is fine. We can also make them less popular. We're not gonna ban it, but that will make the landowners angry. I guess they can die. We don't care about these two. Oh yeah, the Greeks. We lost Greece as well. I guess in the last century. Not sure. How many do we have of these? 7. We have 7. And in Bosnia they don't want to work here because the price is too high. Shit. Can we import iron? We can. Let's get it. Let's get it. And can we import tools for the time being? Yes, we can. There we go. Let's get what we can. Maybe that will make people work here again. I hope at least. And a couple of things are happening. France is trying to conquer this part. Tunis is my vassal, so they can't take that one, but they will take Algeria. If I help you... Okay, I cannot make them my vassal. If I help France, what can I get then? A war goal. I can get a state. I can get a state from Austria. No, let's not go to war with Austria. No, I'm not gonna join this war. Go away. Alright guys, that will be the end for the first episode. So a lot of explaining what we are going to do here. We are going towards homesteading. Yeah, in the next episode we will play a lot more. Make sure once again to like, subscribe and say something in the comment section. Can be anything, doesn't matter. It really helps to get more views and yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy this run. I think this will be a lot more fun than the Super Germany run and I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.